Hey neighbor, Evan and I are out in the cucumber patch and we're going to talk to you today about what type of cucumber you should be growing for your particular use. They are different types. Now we're not talking about varieties, although we are going to give you examples of varieties of types. But there are different types of cucumbers that you need to be aware of, and you need to grow the type that fits you. Now we've had a lot of rain the last few days. I'm talking about in the neighborhood of over 3 inches. So I'm going to show you today how trellising cucumbers can actually help when we have those wet situations here. I've noticed that these cucumbers are in a lot better shape than what they'd been if we'd grown them on the ground, because we don't have that splash up where we're infecting these leaves with disease problems. They just seem to be holding up a lot better. Plus, neighbor, our fruit is doing a lot better. It's not laying on the ground and we're not having problems with rot. You see that right there? I know it's not the straightest cucumber you ever seen, but that is a great eating cucumber here. Now, one thing you will notice as we talk about trellising cucumbers is there's no such thing as a yellow belly. You know what a yellow belly is? That's when that cucumber lays on the ground and has that yellow spot on the belly. Now, yellow belly cucumbers for a home gardener is no big deal, but I want you to notice next time you in the grocery store, the consumer in the grocery store no longer wants yellow belly. They want a complete green cucumber. And a lot of the commercial guys have started growing cucumbers on trellis for a couple of different reasons. For yield, plus they don't have yellow belly. Yellow belly is not a desirable attribute in a store-bought cucumber. So keep that in mind and check out your yellow belly next time you're in the grocery store. But what we're seeing here is a cucumber that's holding up better on this trellis here. But this is a particular type of cucumber. So there's 3 basic types of cucumbers. There's monoecious, gynoecious, and Parthenocarpic. This right here is our halcinator slicer cucumber. We also have a halcinator pickling cucumber, and both of those are the monoecious type. Now, if you're going to trellis your cucumber, I think the monoecious types are the way to go. They seem to climb a little bit better. They have more of a climbing attribute to the plant. Plus, they have a longer harvest winter, and therefore it works better with a trellis situation. Now, if you're going to grow in a raised bed and you want most of your harvest to come off at the same time, an example of that is Mama Hoss loves to put up pickles. So if you like to put up pickles and you want a big harvest at one time so you can harvest all those pickles and you can put them up, then you probably want to go with a Gynoecious type. Now, Gynoecious types in generally have a smaller, tighter bush, and they work really good for raised beds because we're not in there tromping over these vines here trying to harvest them like we are with in-ground plantings. So they work really good for raised beds because we can pick them there. We don't damage the vines a lot, and they come off all at one time so we can harvest a bunch of them and get our recipe done for our pickles. They don't have the prolonged harvest window that our monoecious types do. Now, the monoecious type are opposite from that. They have a longer harvest time if we protect these vines here. When you find these monoecious types blooming, the first 10 to 20 blooms will be male blooms. And then after that, you'll have 10 to 20 male blooms per female bloom. So it does take pollinators with our monoecious type, as it does with our gynoecious type, to pollinate so that we have nice fruits. But when we trellis these things up, we protect the vine so much better when we go in there to get a harvest. And of course, our favorite varieties of the monoecious types are the halcinator slicer and the halcinator pickle. And the next type is Parthenocarpic-Type cucumbers. There's the ones that do not require a pollinator. Now for us, we grow a pollinator-friendly garden, so it's not an issue for us. We've got our bees, we've got all kinds of native pollinators, but if you live in a situation where you don't have pollinators or they're really stressed, or if you're growing in a greenhouse situation where you don't have the pollinators going inside your greenhouse, the Parthenocarpic-Type is the ones to grow. For me, not necessarily so. Now there is a variety called mini-me snacky cucumber that we absolutely adore. And it happens to be a Parthenocarpic-Type. But I grow it because I like the cucumber, not necessarily because the type it is. Okay, some examples of the varieties of the Parthenocarpic is mini-me, Bait Alpha, and Sweet Success. Now let's talk more in depth about the types. This Monoecious-Type right here, which is our halcinator slicer here, you can grow on the Hortonova netting trellis or the cow panel here. We really like the cow panel because we can use it over and over again. We grew butter beans on this trellis last year, didn't take it up, left it out here, cleaned up and planted cucumbers on it this year. Now here's the deal. Getting them nice and pretty and up on this trellis right here takes a little work.
So let's talk a little more about how we get these so clean and so pretty up on this trellis. As you can see, some of these haven't been trellised in the past day or so, but we do like to come out here. I will, on a day like today, after all this rain, come out here and I'll trellis these up, and you'll just take it. You can see all these tendrils, they like to grab things, and I'll just wrap it around. Now usually these tendrils will tend to grab onto this panel, but we do need to guide it, and it is highly important to make sure you're getting out here because these plants will put off more than one vine each, and those will start running everywhere. So we want to make sure that we're training these by hand up this post. And this is just going to help us get that good air circulation. It's going to open up those flowers for those pollinators to see, and it's going to make sure that we can easily come in here and harvest this fruit.
Now, I had a friend that grew pickles for the commercial market. He grew several acres of them. He grew them on bare ground, and he loved to grow the Gynoecious-Type, and the reason was they loaded up. He could go in there and get a heavy harvest, but they had field help that was going through the field there, and they would, of course, damage the vines a lot getting in there and harvest them. But he could get more off of them. He didn't expect that vine to hold up because he was after a big harvest up front, and then they would move on to a different field. So for commercial pickle guys, especially the meat machine harvest guys, they love those Gynoecious-Types because they load up and they get through with them and they move on to another field. Home gardener, it's a little bit different situation, but if you're growing in a raised bed situation, or if you got a situation where you want a bunch at one time and you don't want a prolonged harvest, the Gynoecious-Type is the way to go. Right here is a perfect example of the halcinator pickling that we can get in there and we can pick that fruit there and we don't damage that vine at all. If it had been on the ground there, it had the tromps in there and probably stepped on some leaves to get in there, therefore cutting that plant's life short a little bit. See there, that's almost a perfect pickle right there. And not everybody loves cucumbers like old Hoss here does. I love them raw. I can eat them out of the field. I love to put some salt and pepper on them, a little vinegar, or Mama Hoss made a cucumber salad last night, and that's what I'm gonna have for lunch today. We love them several different ways, and of course we love pickles. So for us, processing these things, eating them fresh, we just love cucumbers. So regardless of how you enjoy them, these are different types that you need to grow according to how you want to harvest them, how you want to process them, and how you want to consume them.